Hey all, continuing working on the Oldsmobile, trying to get this rocker done. I finally got the back door off so that I can finish welding up the top of the rocker. Once I've got that done, it means I can start welding the bottom of the rocker. Got a couple of other plans for this area, but I think it's going to be a case of get a bunch of stuff done, get the door back on, and then work on that, because what I want to do is this 90-degree corner here and this 90-degree corner here, I actually want to round, because if I get out of the way, the front of this door and the back of the rear door are both curves, and then there's a 90-degree here and a 90-degree here. So I think changing this so that this is a curve here and this is a curve here will just make the door flow a little bit better in this area. It'll look a little bit cleaner. But what's probably going to happen is that I'm going to have to get all the rust and welding work done here, get the door back on the car and aligned properly, and then do these two spots so that I can make sure it all fits together right. Because basically what I have to do is cut a section of the door out, weld a piece in here, and then fiddle with both those edges until they match that curve nicely. And there's just no way to do that off the car, and there's no way to do that if the door is not perfectly aligned in place. So what I'll probably do is end up doing all the paint and rust work to here. That'll allow me to put the door back on without having to rework, take it off to finish working that area, and then do this painting and rust work over here as part of the quarter work so that I can get, continue to make progress on it. But anyway, I'm going to put you on a time lapse. I'm going to fiddle away at this. So, what I did here, I had welded most of this up already, but I couldn't get to the very end because the door was in the way. So now the door's off, I welded up the last little bit here, ground that back. Also finished welding the seam here to seal that up and blend it in. Same thing here, there's a little seam between these two panels that I welded up, so this is going to be all much smoother through here. I started cleaning up the surface rust over here. I actually found a small hole of rot over here in the corner, so I'm going to put a small patch in over there. And then basically I just need to strip this down. I don't know how well it shows up on camera, but this and this have both been stripped of paint and had the rust treated. So I basically need the same thing here and here so that I can get a coat of paint all the way down, like I said, to here. That will allow me to then put the color coat on, and then I can put the doors back on at any point because I won't need to paint door jambs anymore. The doors are not ready to go back on, but if I have this ready, that means that as soon as I finish a door, it can go on the car and it can be out of my way. So I am making progress. It's just lots to do. I still have to weld under here, but that's going to be such a miserable job because I'm going to be up, under, behind, getting weld dropped on me that I'm not in a hurry to climb under there. I'm going to get this patch welded up so I don't forget that spot. I didn't get this all on camera because time-lapse shut itself off. But I was mentioning that there was a hole I found. It was basically a tiny little spot here. And as I kept grinding, I kept finding more, so I ended up with a big L-shaped patch there to fix that. I'm going to seam weld here just to give it a little bit more strength in that area. And then doing some grinding in here. There was rot here. Not a lot. It's actually a really odd place because this fender well, this panel is the wheel well, and there was a couple of small holes from that side where water probably got in behind the rubber undercoating in there. But this corner here and down in through here had rot, which I don't understand. My only guess is water coming in through the door seal, puddling here. But either way, the easiest solution, couldn't really cut this out just because of how it's crammed in here. I don't have anything that can get in here to do the cutting. So what I just did is cleaned it up as best I could, got as much surface rust off, and then just bent an L here and hammered and welded that in place to both seal up the holes but also tie the two panels together. And there's basically a U-shaped piece in here that got pushed up against to kind of do the same. The welding in here is really poor, but again, just getting in here is basically impossible. And then I just filled the other holes by just welding them in. This is all going to be now ready to get proper rust sealing paint over it. I do keep finding little spots of rust like this on the car, but it doesn't stress me because, again, as I say all the time, this is a New England car. This is nothing for rust in a New England car. I've owned much worse, found much worse, and had to fix much worse in other cars that I've owned that were, you know, a decade newer than this, or 2 decades newer than this. So this isn't really stressing me. It's annoying because it slows the process down, but it's not a big deal. These cars are actually known for weird rust in this area, and actually now that I'm looking, nope, that's just some, that doesn't look too worrying. I wonder exactly what's going on there. I do have some rust there. We'll poke at that. But again, like I can, looks like it might be too, oh no, there we go. Hey, look at that, more rust. So that's another spot I'm gonna have to fix. But what I was just gonna say is, I've seen pictures of various ones of these. This is a spot that rusts through here. I saw one, sorry for that weird jump. I saw one where this had all rotted out. I saw one where this had all rotted out. There is a little bit of rust in this seam here, but I'm not sure if it actually goes through. I'm going to touch those up. It's just, you've got a wheel well right here. You've got some weird stuff coming up against it that just is perfect for catching dirt and grime. So the fact that this isn't completely rotted out, I'm amazed by. It's kind of the same deal with this lip here. I'm amazed that this isn't completely rotted through. There's some signs I can feel right here, a lump, and I don't know what that is. There's a little bit of weirdness right here that I think is original panels coming together, but I can't, again, be entirely sure. But this is all intact, and this is hard stuff to fix. Like this lip here, trying to fix this would be a royal pain in the butt. Having to fix in here where nobody will see it, and I don't have to make it perfect. Don't care. Rather do that 100 times than have to try and get a ridge like this looking right and lined up. So I'm gonna patch that new hole I just found, and then I think that's I'm gonna call it for today. That's a pretty good thing. I got the whole top of this welded. I've fixed this rust that I found. So I'm gonna put you on a time lapse right now. You're gonna get to see that last hole getting filled, and then that's gonna be the end of the video. Well, that's it for today. Got some stuff done. That rocker's looking much better. Got that rust inside done. So yeah, chip it away. Thanks very much for watching. Bye.